Thanks so much, Aitman. Well, the John Deere Classic for years has represented one of the final playing opportunities for players to earn a spot in the field at the Open Championship. And the John Deere Classic, again, a part of that Open qualifying series again this year. The top two finishers here this week who are not already exempt into the field will earn a spot at Royal Troon. Now, this week's tour stop, just one of the last few remaining avenues to get into the field at the Open Championship. Also happening today, final qualifying at 4 sites. 16 spots are available at these final qualifying sites today. The BMW International Open, another final opportunity for players to get into the last major championship of the season, in addition to next week's Genesis Scottish Open. Now, this morning I spoke with several players here at TPC Deere Run who are hoping to get into the field at Royal Troon, including Neal Shipley, who finished low amateur at both the Masters and U.S. Open, but has since turned professional and is now trying to qualify for the Open this week.
Definitely know about it. Just trying to come out here and have a good week, and if that happens, awesome. If not, I'm not supposed to be there anyway, so it's a cool opportunity, and excited to hopefully maybe make it happen.
It is for sure. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. No, I played my first major at the U.S. Open. I'd love to get in another one. I was an alternate for the PGA, so I was there that week as well. Didn't get arrested that week, but it's just kind of is what it is. But totally kidding. No, it's just I'm really trying to up my status and play in as many big events as I can. And obviously, the majors are as big as they get, so trying to get in as many as I can. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely on my radar, but at the end of the day, just try to go execute golf shots and just put myself in the best position on Sunday to try and play well and do something great.
What would it mean to you to be able to get into that field and compete at Royal Troon?
Yeah, it'd be awesome. The history of the Open, being able to play in another major this year, it would be awesome. And it was one of my goals this year to play in the majors, and got in the U.S. Open. But yeah, it'd be awesome to play in another one.
Not much. I just pretty much have kind of set the schedule over these next 5 weeks. If I get the Open, great. Still got a lot of YouTube stuff that we need to pull off, and I'll be honest, if I do end up getting in, it could throw a wrench in some spokes of other things that I want to do on the YouTube side. So if I get in, great. I guess we'll just cross that bridge when it comes.
Will you do some YouTube stuff around the Open instead if you're not in the field?
I don't know. We'd have to get the whole squad over there somehow. Well, I mean, we'll see. Probably, maybe not though. I don't know. It's hard to. It's hard to say. I'm just taking it day by day, just seeing where things go and which way the wind blows me. But right now, a lot of my focus is on the YouTube side. I've really enjoyed it, getting to hang out and play golf with my brother and some of my best buds and act like an idiot on the golf course is kind of my happy place. I like a lot of guys out here, but the vast majority aren't willing to have as much fun as I want to have. So, yeah, I'm just getting a little older. Got a lot of kids. Being at home has a little value to me at this point. So, I don't know. We'll see. Again, wherever the wind blows me, I'll probably end up.
Now, one last note on Shipley. He tells me he was not already exempt into the field as an amateur into the Open Championship. Sometimes we've seen players in years past as amateurs already able to play in the field, and so they've put off turning professional so they can take advantage of those opportunities, but that was not the case for Shipley. Now, last year here at the John Deere Classic, Sepp Straka was not exempt into the field at the Open Championship. He fired a final round 62 here to win the John Deere Classic to get into the field at Royal Liverpool. He went on to finish in a tie for second, so very much a possibility for the players here competing here this week at TPC Deere Run.